gather the assenting into law of a number of bills. To witness that, as His Excellency the President puts his signature, is the Speaker of the National Assembly and members of Parliament, together with the members of the executive, the ministers, the PSAs, and other officers. And also, for the first time, we were sent to a seated. Your Excellency, sir, this state ceremony is convened pursuant to Article 115 of the Constitution to accord presidential assent to two National Assembly bills. Sir, the first bill to receive your presidential assent is the Gambling Control Bill, National Assembly Bill number 70 of 2023. This bill forms whose rise and glorification, particularly among the youth, has continued to pose a serious threat to the social fabric of our society. Your Excellency, for well over a decade, the question of how best to regulate the gaming sector has preoccupied policymakers, regulators, and leaders across the political divide. Today, as you append your signature to this bill, that national conversation yields its first concrete outcome. This bill is a product of a presidential task force that you constituted as one of your earliest presidential actions in office, signaling your administration's decisiveness in addressing the challenges posed by unregulated gambling. Sir, after nearly 2 years of amendments and rejection of amendments by either House, and finally a mediation process between the two houses of Parliament, the bill now stands as a bold step in the national quest for a coherent and ethically grounded regulatory framework. The bill achieves this by providing for the regulation of betting, casinos, and other forms of gambling, the authorization of prize competitions and public lotteries, and the control of advertising relating to gaming and betting promotions. Your Excellency, the second bill awaiting your presidential assent is the Kenya Roads Amendment Bill number 2, Bill 2025, National Assembly Bill number 16 of 2025. The primary objective of this bill is to align the tenure of Director Generals of the roads authorities with the provisions of the Mwongozo Code of Governance for state corporations. In that context, the bill reviews the tenure of the Director Generals of the Kenya Rural Roads Authority, the Kenya Urban Roads Authority, and the Kenya National Highways Authority to a term of 3 years, renewable once on performance. Your Excellency, a third bill, the Wildlife Conservation and Management Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 3 of 2023, has also been submitted for consideration. However, it has been held in abeyance to allow for the conclusion of the requisite stakeholder consultations on the proposed amendments. Your Excellency, sir, with both Houses of Parliament having dutifully discharged their legislative mandate, it is now my distinct honor and high privilege to petition Your Excellency as the head of state and government to graciously exercise the powers conferred upon you under Article 115 of the Constitution to assent to these two bills. With your kind permission, sir, I seek your indulgence to invite the Clerk of the National Assembly to present the vellum copies of the bills for your consideration and assent.
It was first Therefore, when they were sent to the National Assembly, Your Excellency, the National Assembly declined to part of the Senate amendments. That meant that the bill has to go through a mediation process, which was initiated after the instructions of the two Speakers of Houses of Parliament, as required under Articles 112 and 113 of the Constitution. Your Excellency, the mediation process brought forth the bill that is now before you, which was passed by the Senate early in January and by the National Assembly towards the end of last month. This bill, Your Excellency, is proposing to modernize the way gambling is managed in the Republic of Kenya, including, Your Excellency, proposing a modernized way of control and licensing of gambling. The idea behind the modernization and coming up of the comprehensive law is to balance between the economic gains brought by the gambling to our economy in the Republic and the need to protect consumers and the social fabric in our society. Therefore, the bill proposes to establish an authority, which authority will be responsible for all processes relating to licensing and vetting of all entities that want to engage in gambling in all its aspects. The bill also recognizes that the gambling is a devolved function, and therefore there are functions which have been given to our county governments. It's a long bill, Your Excellency, because it is proposing to repeal the old Gambling Act and reenact under the new law. It therefore has 123 clauses and 3 schedules. The first schedule speaks to the manner in which the board to the authority will be conducting its business. The second schedule, Your Excellency, speaks to the requirements that each entity is supposed to bring to the table when seeking for licensing. The third schedule, Your Excellency, provides for the different fees that are to be paid for the different categories of licensees, including those who are doing online, national lottery, and any entities or persons who want to engage in online in gambling in their shops, Your Excellency. The second bill, Your Excellency, is a short one. It is only 4 clauses. It's a bill that is proposing to amend the Kenya Roads Act so as to modernize the roads entities with respect to the Mwongozo platform. Mwongozo platform, Your Excellency, has been guiding all state corporations on how they manage their affairs, particularly on corporate governance, sizes of boards, and times and tenure of chief executives. This bill is therefore proposing to reduce the tenure of chief executives of Kenya Roads Board, KERA, KURA, and KENHA from the current 5 years, Your Excellency, to 3 years, so that after 3 years, each one of them will be eligible for renewal of their contract based on their performance. Your Excellency, the bill has a transition provision providing that any person who was serving until today as a CEO of any of those 4 entities will continue serving for a period of not more than 1 year. And then thereafter, they can apply for renewal under this new law, subject to performance, Your Excellency. The third bill, Your Excellency, we are notified that requires certain consultation. Therefore, Your Excellency, I seek your leave to retire my commission for the day after you sign this last one. Seek your leave, Your Excellency, to retire. Thank you, sir.
With Your Excellency's assent, these 2 bills are of Kenya. Your Excellency, as we draw this ceremony to a close, may I most graciously invite you to present a signed copy of the Acts to His Excellency the Deputy President. If it pleases you, sir, you may also kindly present copies to the Solicitor General for publication into law and to the Cabinet Secretary for Roads for implementation. Your Excellency may also graciously present ceremonial copies of the Act to the Speaker of the National Assembly, the Leader of the Majority Party in the National Assembly, the Leader of the Minority Party, and other members of Parliament present, and all esteemed state officials in attendance. Your Excellency, I will invite you to come forward down here. And, the rest of the flag in.